Alright, motherfucker. Motherfuckers. Motherfuckettes. What the fuck is up? It's your boy, Quan The Destructor. Yeah, I'm bringing the energy right now.
I didn't realize I was on the Mark Maron podcast.
Yeah. welcome back to another episode of Disgusta Radio. So, someone told me I should just make that a sound effect so I don't have to keep repeating myself.
I mean...
isn't that kind of the bit, though?
It's definitely the bit.
I mean, I don't like to talk about bits on this show. That's my guest. Hold on, we have a guest. The great, young Kushy, a.k.a. Cody Bohler. What's up, dog?
Hello, guys, it's Cody Bohler.
Why do you always do it like that?
Well, everybody needs, like, a good, voice intro where every time they say their name when they're on the podcast, it's like, oh, he says it that way.
Like, even, during the Bando and Chill days, you, said it like that.
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
Hello, guys, it's Cody Bohler.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring thing.
Hello, guys, it's Cody Bohler.
And I'm always like, why don't you acknowledge the fact that you're Young Kushy? Like, you really hate the name Young Kushy.
I don't hate the name Young Kushy.
Yes, you do.
I think it's great.
Well, hey, I'll drink to that. But I want to thank Young Kushy for joining me again after the last episode that he was on. And I want to go and say this, guys. That was a pretty wild episode. I know.
Was it?
But it's well, Cody doesn't really remember. But let's just say it was all good and fun.
I mean, I remember sitting in the chair the entire time.
Yeah, in front of a microphone. Yeah.
So it wasn't that wild.
Yeah, okay, right. So when he hears it back, don't tell him the shit he says, because he's not gonna... He actually might not listen to it back, so I hope you don't.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope you don't.
It's like, do people listen to their own podcast episodes? I feel like...
Well, I'm the only... This is a solo project.
Well,
I have no choice.
You have no choice.
Exactly, I don't have a choice.
You could outsource your editing.
I could, but
well, we don't have to get into the details.
Right. Anyways, guys, welcome back to Disgusta Radio. I'm not gonna do the echo that time. No echo the second time. It's a one-time thing from now on. I might slip up, maybe.
And do it again later?
Yeah, I might.
Or, okay.
Yeah, I might. But anyways, how have you been since the last episode that you were on?
America is still chugging along.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. I've been having a great time in the, what era of the pandemic are we in now? Is this like the epilogue, or I don't think we're at the epilogue yet, but this might be like the exposition or something.
Isn't this like phase 4?
Hold on, which one's the epilogue? Is that the beginning or the end?
Epilogue. That's like the
That's the end, right?
Yeah, that's the end.
Okay.
The prologue is like the beginning. Yeah. Oh, we're smart. We went to college.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Shout out to all the people who went to college.
Also shout out to the people who didn't went to college but still read Wikipedia.
Fuck yeah. And shout out to Wikipedia for still getting donations on the weekly basis.
Yeah, shout out to Jimmy Wales.
Is that the guy who owns it?
He's the guy that owns it.
Oh, no, see, I didn't even know that.
I did a paper on Jimmy Wales one time.
Oh, in college?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume English class.
No, this was a we don't have to get into that.
Why not?
No, it was just a tech class. It was a computer science class, and it was do a paper on a guy in the tech industry that's cool to you or whatever. I was like, absolutely, Wikipedia. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Look, everybody hates on Wikipedia.
I don't. Well, I thought people hated on it because they were like, this is clearly can be edited, so that means that anyone can come in and change any information at some times. But that's not 100% true,
not 100%
right?
true. There are certain rules, and they can also block, they can set rules to certain pages to where, some people just can't edit stuff unless they've been on Wikipedia for long enough and they have enough skill at editing Wikipedia pages
and enough donations, maybe.
I don't know, but like I said, the same people who used to criticize Wikipedia whenever we were growing up are the same people who believe in QAnon and stuff now. So forget it. I mean,
you're totally not wrong there.
Those are the people who actually do believe anything on the internet.
Yeah, that guy that owes you $200. I think did we name drop him? I don't remember. Okay, so I listened to the episodes back, but I don't remember if we name dropped him. But if we did,
there is a guy that owes me $200 because QAnon, surprise, is not a real thing.
Yeah, we actually did not talk about this last episode. I'm remembering now. And
yeah,
let's get into this real quick. A QAnon guy.
We should.
A QAnon guy owes you $200 for what reason?
Okay, this was actually back. This was I don't know how. This is a year and a half ago, probably. Back when it was real easy just to say that none of this QAnon stuff is real. I mean, it's still pretty easy, but back then it was just I don't think that this is as deep as you think it is, and so I was just like, no, it's not real. And he was like, yes, it is real. You just don't read the internet enough, and I was like, actually, I read everything that you read, but I'm just a little bit more critical.
And that guy would post fake sources too.
I mean, he still posts fake sources, but like, and you know, at least QAnon like sort of transitioned into like spiritualism, and which is like, you know, these conspiracy heads, they've always been like on some level about that like esoteric spiritual plane stuff. Yeah. And at least some of them are reverting back into that instead of trying to like overthrow the nation and stuff like that.
Like the shaman. Yeah. The shaman guy. So that's clearly
Jake and Jelly.
Yeah, I'm glad you know the names. I gotta give you props on that. We can just clearly call. What's the guy's name again?
His name's Jake and Jelly.
Fuck that guy. All right, fuck that guy. Dude, he's clear an example of like how the tribalism and spiritualism is like coming into QAnon now. Yeah, that's just pretty.
Yeah,
pretty fucking stupid.
I think that's kind of where the line is, because it's like, okay, are these conspiracy theorists who believe in like spiritualism, or are they conspiracy theorists who believe in like militias and like literally trying to overthrow the government and stuff like that, or overturn elections and whatnot? So.
Yeah, which big difference between those two different kinds of spiritualism.
Because I mean, some people do just get like sort of duped into QAnon stuff. Yeah, and I'm not gonna blame it too much. Like, I don't know how old. I guess, man, QAnon, it really does range all over the spectrum.
That's
but
true.
whenever I was younger, like I got into Alex Jones for a little bit, and like
how long are you talking here? Like,
oh man, probably like 15 years ago, I got into like Alex Jones. Alex Jones like probably honestly got me into podcasting, because like that's kind of where I started. It was like I was like listening to these dudes who were like trying to tell me the truth or whatever.
What is that, InfoWars?
Yeah, InfoWars.
Yeah.
And then
shout out Alex Jones.
At some point, you just like you spend more time online. You're like, okay, there's actually more stuff going on here. It's not like Alex Jones isn't not the one all be all on this like what's going on in the universe or whatever. And at that point, you know, you move on to bigger.
Didn't he
podcasts.
say he was kind of retarded? Didn't he say that? He said it, his words.
I would not put it past. I mean, he probably
on Joe Rogan.
He has that energy. I mean, like,
I swear to God, he said that. I swear to God, he said that.
If you guys haven't seen the All Gas No Brakes guy, first of all, or if you guys haven't seen Andrew, go on the dude from All Gas No Brakes. Go on the Alex Jones show. You can only watch it on some of those banned websites, like I think it's like banthis.tv or something like that. Go to banthis.tv.
Is that like it being banned?
Yeah, they got, well, you know, like Alex Jones, he got like deplatformed and stuff like that, and so they have to like go to like these weird websites, literally called banthis.tv. And if you search Alex Jones show, Andrew from All Gas No Brakes actually went on there and did an interview with him, and it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Is that recently?
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
Wow. I didn't know about that. I actually haven't kept up with Andrew in a minute.
Yeah, he's great. Well,
shout out Andrew.
You know that, like, you know how he severed a contract with All Gas No Brakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah. He's making moves though. So
at least he's not like stuck in that deal.
Yeah, and you know, he kind of gives like a general sociological perspective of what's going on in the world, because he goes to like both sides of things. Like when he was in those riots, probably my favorite episode when he was directly in the riots.
The Seattle stuff.
Yeah, when he was in like, oh wait, was that Portland?
I think so.
I think it was Portland.
Yeah.
Like,
He was kind of doing like the work that like Vice sort of used to do. Right. Like I love Vice, but everybody knows that they kind of like just like they don't really go in as hard as they used to.
I don't know. I saw a Vice video the other day of this really hot chick.
Oh, you saw a hot chick on Vice? Okay.
I saw this really hot chick on Vice, and then she was like,
Pakistan?
No, it was actually no, it was
Palestine.
actually no, Israel. It was close. It was actually in Mexico, and actually, I think
not close at all.
Actually, I think it might have been Africa. Right. Either way, she was walking with these immigrants.
Hot woman on Vice.
Yeah, that's all I remember is the hot woman walking with immigrants to gain freedom from their oppression. Oh, yeah. Well, and all I remember is the hot girl though.
Hot girl with message, you know, whatever. You know.
But like you're saying, like Vice might not do this crazy shit like that anymore in the field kind of reporting. I think they do. But that was their HBO special, so they had a higher budget.
Oh yeah, the Vice HBO special stuff. If you guys have never watched that, that is definitely some of the greatest like reporting on the planet. Like
hell yeah, I was very impressed with it from what I watched. Like I said,
and I will say one last thing about Vice, unless you want to keep.
No. Go ahead.
what like what's so amazing about old school Vice was they actually had like the founders, like the people who, besides Gavin McFreaking Fascist Innes, besides that guy, they had the founders like Shane and Saruth, I think his name is. Like they actually, like those are like the founders were the guys who went in and actually did some of the most hardcore reporting on it.
Yeah, I actually remember asking you about this because
Shrew Salvi.
I remember I was just bored one night because I don't know, for some reason, like I said on the last time Cody was on, I was just like, Cody, like there's something about you and Vice, it's just very connected. It's very much the exact same fucking thing.
I mean, those people were definitely
it's very
heroes,
hip.
Man.
It's very hip. It's very cool news. Yeah. It's what the people need to know. You know what I mean?
I follow all of them on Instagram and Twitter. Like they're great people. I mean, like those old school set of hosts were just amazing.
But I was gonna say about how I remember I messaged you one time and I was like, so the founder of Vice was actually the founder of the Proud Boys.
Oh yeah, one of them.
Yeah, Gavin, the Gavin dude.
Gavin McInnes, I think his name is, or Gavin McInnes. Gavin
fuck
McInnes.
you, Gavin. Suck my fucking dick, Gavin. Fuck you, Gavin.
They ended up firing him, I think, sometime around the turn of the decade, just because
wasn't his like views, his like he started like kind of changing as a person or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Back in the day. Back in like the 2000s, like we didn't really grow up to kind of see this stuff. But if you kind of look back at it, like there's a very particular moment in like hipster culture where like you had these like dudes like him with like these mustaches and like suspenders, and you remember like that cheesy ass era of hipster like culture or whatever, where everybody like dressed like a fucking like weird ass like traditionalist or something like that.
Yeah,
like he was
like
one of those
how you do
guys.
every day.
Yeah, I definitely do not. I'm literally wearing all black right now, so fuck it. But like they used to, like that guy, he was part of that scene, and so I think Vice hired him because he was like in with the weird hipsters of that era, and then like it just became too far. The guy's, he's like a straight up Proud Boy founder dude or whatever.
Yeah, he is.
And so they fired him. I mean,
he is.
And good on that. And
yeah. So I'm just glad that Vice was able to like realize that this guy's kind of acting a little weird.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
I mean, and people do criticize Vice a lot these days because there's a couple of cases of like workplace harassment and stuff like that. I would just say I wouldn't hold that to the journalists and the people who like write the stories and stuff. Like that shit exists. That shit probably exists in almost every single work environment on the planet.
Of course.
And yes, that stuff needs to be weeded out, but that doesn't mean that the company itself or the journalistic enterprise needs to be taken down. I think we're gonna lose something if we just say that Vice shouldn't exist anymore.
Clearly Vice is not going to cease to exist just because one of the co-founders or founder was a founder of the Proud Boys. Clearly it's not, and it's doing great. Shout out Vice. Come on the podcast sometime, Vice. Shout out to you guys. We don't hate you here. But if you're ready, Cody, you ready to get into some of these stories? I mean, Young Kushy.
All right.
Young Kushy.
YK.
YK for short.
Let's get into
it. Cody will never remember that bit. I showed him last time. Anyways, let's get into this first story, guys.
Story time.
Yes. We got some fucking cool shit to talk about today.
All right.
Number one, we talked about this last time, but guess what? COVID, it doesn't exist in Georgia, right? Right?
Right? Map?
Right?
What is on this map or that?
So, basically, the first thing we're going to talk about is the Masters. It's coming back 2021.
Holy
we got
smokes.
new safety fucking measures. And you damn right Seth Rogen's coming to Augusta this motherfucking year. And your ass is going to be jealous when you don't see him. Because guess what? Your ass is probably not even invited to the Masters. I think it's like hardcore invitation invite only.
We should invite him on the podcast.
Yeah, Seth Rogen? Yeah.
He's gonna be right there. Dude, you remember when we almost got Shia LaBeouf?
Holy shit. Yeah. Fun little story. Yeah, fun little story. Shout out to Cam Man. I've referenced him before, but R.I.P.
We talked.
He's not
we
actually
did talk
dead,
to Shia LaBeouf's manager one time.
Yeah, and
they were like, "Who the fuck are these idiots?"
And yeah, but they were curious enough to call my phone back.
That is pretty interesting.
So I thought that was pretty tight.
Industry insight.
Like that, like we could have been like, because I missed his call, and I never heard from the guy ever again.
Yeah,
but imagine if I answered. What would I have said? I would have been like, "Hey, is this Shia LaBeouf's manager?" Yeah. You remember that movie Disturbia? I really loved it, and I really want to capture that again.
I think Shia LaBeouf is currently going through some pretty heavy shit in the media.
Yeah.
Some stuff that he himself has owned up to in some capacity. You guys can read that story on your own. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about Shia LaBeouf, but it was cool that we got to talk to Shia LaBeuf's manager.
Yeah, that is pretty,
almost.
Yeah, just cool. Yeah, it was a fun day.
Give it a shot. You just call his manager up and be like, "Hey, I need Shia LaBeouf for the lamest podcast ever."
That's a good manager. That's a good manager that just takes any call, takes every call.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually. Hell yeah. But let's get into this first story about the Masters coming back. So, yes, guys, the Masters is happening again. For those who don't know, and I'm not going to ask Cody about the Disgusta thing again because he lives here. He already knows the deal. We love Augusta, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, what do you think about this? The Augusta Masters, it's currently still on to go. First week of spring, I believe.
Have you ever been there or
April
worked
5th?
there? Have you ever worked there?
I've never worked. Okay, I don't think it's April 5th, actually.
We've probably known lots of people that have worked there.
Me, personally, I've had opportunities to work at the Masters.
Yeah.
But I never took them.
You make a decent chunk of change.
Yeah, you make like
$1,500.
Yeah, you make like a K and some for like a week of work, which is,
just literally just making pimento cheese sandwiches.
If only everyone made that constantly. Anyways, but I think it's cool to work there, and I've heard people run into celebrities and shit like that.
It sounds kind of fun.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think just to try it once.
You at least get to check out like what the world's like most premier I guess golf course looks like. Yeah, so that would be interesting enough in itself.
It's literally the equivalent of being on the red carpet. I feel like you're at the Masters, dude. Like every big celebrity.
You're the essential worker of the Masters.
Every best
the red carpet.
Every best golfer is here.
The
green carpet. Yeah, the green carpet. And that's not a Mexican joke. Okay, it's not a Mexican joke.
I don't think anybody thought it.
I mean, I thought it was.
Okay.
Anyways.
Got a woke guy over here.
Yeah, man. But shout out to the green carpet. But let's get into so exactly how they're going about this.
Yeah, what are the new rules?
So you got to prove that you were negative for the test in the previous 72 hours before you even get in that motherfucker.
Sounds reasonable.
Regardless whether you were vaccinated or not.
72 hours.
Doesn't even matter if you're vaccinated or not.
All right.
And no antibody test. They're like, fuck that. We want to make sure your ass is vaccinated before you watch the world's most racist golfers all perform in one place at one time. Isn't that cool?
How can golf be racist if the number one players are black guys?
I don't know. That doesn't mean the other white guys aren't racist. I mean, come on. They probably call Tiger Woods the N-word all the time.
They have a black friend.
Well, not anymore. You know, Tiger Woods got into a wreck, so.
Oh.
Shout out Tiger Woods.
Dude, I feel like he's probably been in a couple wrecks, bro.
He hit rock bottom a couple times. I mean, it happens. Remember when he got arrested? That mugshot.
Yes.
That mugshot was fucking rough.
I know, dude. I know. All right.
So when you get to I'm assuming when you get to like the gate or whatever the fuck ever, you show them the papers, you get in, photo ID, blah blah blah. As long as you were, like I said, good before 72 hours. But I mean, how many of these rich motherfuckers you think are gonna be like, don't worry about Mike. Don't worry about it.
Okay, this is one of the funniest things about masks to me. Is that you don't have to wear a mask if you're actively eating or drinking. But, like, this is the rule amongst, like, every institution or business or whatever. So I just imagine this guy who's just constantly walking around because he's so anti-mask that he just constantly walks around just eating and drinking just so he
just so he can't wear it. Like even when he's in Walmart shopping, when he's grocery shopping,
he's like,
I'm eating my hot dog. I can't don't put a mask on. I'm trying to eat while I shop.
And then Walmart employee tries to kick him out.
Sir, please put on the mask.
And then he spits on her, and
and then it's hot dog juice, and that's disgusting.
I know.
Why is he eating the hot dog while walking around? Because he does not want to put his mask on, because that's the loophole.
He's got a pocket dog. He's walking around. Anytime he walks into a store, he just pulls out that hot dog and just starts munching on it, just so he doesn't have to put on that mask.
And then when the employees come up to him, he's like, I'm eating.
I can't hear you.
So I think what is also interesting about the mask requirements is that it's cloth, KN95, N95, and surgical mask. You can't wear no bandanas.
They allowed the KNs. Shout out to the KNs.
Yeah, they're saying no gang members allowed. They're saying no bandanas. That's bullshit. That's racist.
Why did they throw that in here?
Because that's racist.
So like the second bullet point in mask requirements, they're like cloth, KN95, 95, and then they're like no gang shit.
Nothing that covers your face in an inappropriate way with a symbol, fucking, whatever the fucking art is on a bandana. That's not allowed.
Right.
No hippy dippy shit.
No anti-Trump mask, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I heard Trump's going.
Is he?
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. You think Trump would go to the Masters?
COVID with him. If there's any COVID risk, literally it's him.
Dude, if Trump came to the Masters, every like old conservative white guy would jizz in their pants.
Did he go? Does he go every year?
I don't know. I'm not. Has he ever been?
Dude, he probably goes. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, a small loan of $1 million.
I don't know, man. The Masters, in my opinion, is a fucking secret society. Anyways, I don't know what those people do.
But I don't really think so, because some people still like. I know people who've been to the Masters who are like around my age,
who've just been. Not working there,
they went. I feel like they I don't know, maybe their parents, or I don't think they. Who knows how they got in? Either way, they got in. There's a way to get in, and it's Disgusta Radio.
Yeah, so we'll be giving away a couple tickets here.
That might be some fucking shit on Disgusta Radio, live streaming. You're giving away a master ticket.
Yeah, what if you got sponsored by the Masters?
That would never happen. We talk too much shit about everybody.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyways, basically, I guess shout out to the Masters for still going on. I guess. I mean, I don't really know what to say about this.
I will say the last thing about it is, from my perspective, is whenever the Masters is on, I do kind of like catch it and watch. Like, I don't sit there and watch the whole thing, but I do enjoy like seeing like somebody like almost make a shot or not make it, and then everybody goes, "Oh,
boring,
boring." I'm not a big golf dude. Like, literally, the only sports I watch are skateboarding. But
I only like Mario Golf.
Oh yeah, Mario Golf is great.
Mario Golf is tight.
Dude, any video game golf, amazing. Video game golf rules. I'm not trying to get in that sun like that. Next story.
I mean, we should try Top Golf sometime.
We should.
I've never tried it.
We should go to Dick's Sporting Goods and do the little golf simulator.
Either one sounds interesting. Either one I'd be willing to try. Okay. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Fun fact, I might go to the Masters.
No, you aren't. Dude, I just imagine you like what's the Pulp Fiction meme?
Shit.
The Pulp Fiction meme?
Which one?
When he's like looking around.
Oh yeah, with John Travolta looking
around
when he's waiting for.
That's you at the Masters.
What's her name? Mia.
Yeah. Dude, one of the best memes.
Uma Thurman. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, so this. Let's go to this one.
All right.
Next one. Yeah. Actually, let's hit this one. It's slightly political. I'm not gonna get too into it, but I want to reference it because Cody really loves the mayor.
Story 2.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
I know.
But
I just wanted to give it a shot and see how it comes out on the other.
So the mayor is basically the mayor of Augusta, Hardy Davis.
Hardy Davis Jr.
Yeah, Junior. My bad.
Is he? I thought it was a junior.
Is he a junior?
I thought if you look on his social media, I think it's a junior.
Look, well, I'm gonna call him Mayor Hardy Davis, like a real motherfucker does. Basically, I just want to give a shout out to this. Look, I don't normally talk politics on this shit, but I mean, let's be real here. The voting suppression in Georgia is a real issue, and we want to give out a shout out to the coolest ass mayor ever.
Yeah.
Because we can cuss and say and reference his name at the same time, by the way.
Yeah, let's read the story.
Yeah, okay. So Augusta mayor blasts election bill and its morally bankrupt GOP authors.
Ooh.
Interesting.
All right.
So he posted a message Thursday calling the Republicans morally bankrupt for the bill they passed, which restricts certain voting activities. And while his Columbia County counterpart says that the bill is welcome to correction. And I mean, I don't know what that means. I mean, Columbia County is already trying to branch from Richmond County, so I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Okay, the state of Georgia has effectively turned back the hands of time with today's passage of Senate Bill 202.
Direct quote from Davis, which is true. I mean, let's be realistic. We already know that Georgia has a history of voter suppression. I mean, the whole South in general. I mean, if you think back to like when, voting was a thing, and with like when they had slaves still, when black people were considered half a fucking person, they still had voting rights. But guess what? Those voting rights were constantly suppressed throughout history, and the fact that it's showing up in modern day history in Georgia is very deeply disturbing to me.
Disturbing, but unsurprising. And Davis says, because they were unable to win on their own merit, agreed, Republicans have moved the goalposts, hurting millions of Georgia voters for their own benefit.
Right. And I think you might know of some of the couple things that the bill does. I don't know if you know about, like...
I know a few things that it does. Like, obviously the most absurd is like it's illegal to hand out water to people in line now.
Right. And the fact that it directly correlates with Sunday
like what if somebody's having a heat
afternoons.
stroke? Are you just not supposed to save them?
And I know it directly correlates with Sunday afternoons, like to change the time so that like I said, this is usually and me growing up black and going to church and shit like that. This is directly the time that when black people are specifically like leaving church or doing something.
Well, that's the thing is like
that's another thing I noticed,
it's because,
which is bullshit.
Because there's like voter activism amongst these churches. Like after church, let's get everybody in a bus and go out and vote. That's what they're trying to shut down because they're trying to shut down what is essentially like party voting. It's like they want everybody to go out and just like do it on their own individual thing, as if they don't have lives and jobs and stuff like that out there that they have to live. A lot of people do vote like in parties because you're with your friends, like we're all going to do it together, and there's absolutely no reason why you should not be allowed to do that. Well, they don't say it directly like that, but that is absolutely what they're trying to do. Right.
It's just the way the shit is worded is like it's pretty clear to everybody in Georgia that they're clearly trying to suppress a certain group of people from voting. It's fucking obvious. Because if you look into the history, like I said, if you look into the history of Georgia's voting suppression, it's real. It's fucking real, man.
It's actually amazing that we were so able to beat it 3 times in a row. Presidential and then 2 senators were able to beat that. But, like Georgia, I would say it's a blue state. Like, I know there's a lot
We talked about this last time, so I mean, it's split. It's still technically like half and half.
If you go on any sort of social media and you just get like a big old drag of like what the consciousness of Georgia voting is, I would say it's pretty flipping blue.
So let's just go ahead and quickly go over like some of the things that they're saying. Like, okay, so clearly you got to have an ID to go in, but you got to provide your whole driver's license number, which it would automatically do that when you would show your ID.
There's also a voter ID for mail-in ballots now, which wasn't which is like not a thing that used to be. I think.
I think that's fucking nuts. And you can request a ballot online and attach the license if you have one to request. And let's also talk about the requirement at the ballot drop. It requires a ballot drop boxes for the for the last year's pandemic-stricken elections. Yeah. Only to be available inside advanced voting locations. So they're taking away the boxes, and they're taking away. Which was a whole thing pushed. Yeah. A whole thing pushed is being eliminated now. Yeah. Just like it's crazy.
They're always trying to limit the ways that you can vote, basically. And look.
Well, let's talk about Richmond County. I don't know, is that a real? Oh yeah, she's a Georgia election director. Lynn Bailey said that drop boxes are popular with voters as a convenient time saver that helps avoid the risk of mail delays. But let's just eliminate that. I mean, this shit's crazy to me.
Right?
Man.
Yeah. I mean, this stuff to me, it is literally just like, okay, these people are being kind of sore losers, and look, I understand. Like, you would be upset if like your side lost, but I thought that
get over it.
I thought the conservatives were like the champions of like sports, like sportsmen, like conduct and stuff like that.
They're kind of going downhill. I mean, let's be real. They're kind of going downhill. It's a little sad, but I mean, and I'm not saying I'm like a full blown Democrat over here, but I'm saying like the Democrats are like they feel bad for him.
They feel bad for him. I would also agree. Like I'm not like a full blown Democrat. I might like tend to vote Democrat sometimes, but
because we don't have a fucking choice.
Right. It's like you shouldn't ever like put all your eggs in one basket. But if like you have more eggs in the basket, then vote that way. But at the same time, it is kind of like I like these people. Like I just don't why are they being such sore losers? Because I guess that's all they can do now. And like it's just I don't know, man. Like
basically the whole point of this is they're just saying that like this will stop people from cheating when they vote. This will make sure that Republicans have a fair chance. That's all they're saying.
They don't even actually believe that people are cheating. It's just like
I know
it is literally just like a subconscious.
It's a disillusion, man.
It's a disillusion that they're just like, okay, well, if we just say this, then we might have like a little strategy in there,
and then we'll get everyone to believe it, and then we're good.
Maybe people would vote for you if your policies were good.
Maybe if you just told the truth. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the next story. Guys, this article goes on and on. I will post it. I gotta start posting articles in the description. I'll actually start doing that.
Gotta.
So, fuck yeah. Let's move on to the last Augusta story. Right. Too many Augusta stories this episode. I don't like this.
Augusta stories.
Too many Augusta episodes.
We got some, like, world just like crazy stuff happening in America. Like,
we'll show you we'll get ignorant a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's go on to this. Holy shit! Now, apparently, you were saying this is a big issue. Let me go ahead and read the title here. Animal group accuses Augusta University of deaths abuse. Now, hold on. I don't know shit about this.
All right.
I don't know shit about this.
Okay, I'll go ahead and premise that this story has been around for at least 2015. It's been around at least since then, because I remember whenever this first started popping off, I had a friend who was a chemist at Augusta University who, he passed away, so rest in peace, my friend there.
R.I.P.
But he, I used to talk with him about the story a lot, because we were like, what's going on with this animal abuse thing? And, it has been around for a while, and, it pops up. I guess it's interesting that it's popped back up in 2021. I thought that they would have solved this by now, but apparently there's some stuff going on, and let's get into the article and see what's going on.
So basically what they're saying here, a watchdog group accused them of human negligence. Sorry, I almost called you the N-word by that. At the university for causing...
Validate me. Alright, so come on.
For causing deaths and injuries to dozens of animals dating back to 2019. Now, was your friend in this field prior to 2019, or like what was he saying? Like, what was the time period?
He wasn't in this field, but he was because he was so involved in, like, he was literally like teaching at Augusta University. Like, he was such a great chemist that he ended up being like sidelining as like a professor there.
I gotcha.
So we used to discuss this a bit.
So I want to give a shout out to the organization here called Stop Animal Exploitation Now. Wow, I never heard of you guys.
I think this might
come on the podcast sometime. We can talk about throwing chickens in the chicken grinders.
I think back in the day,
little baby chickens in the grinders
with dogs. Back in the day, it actually had to do with dogs.
Yeah. See, so I guess they're at the university. They're seeing what the university is doing, and they're launch an independent investigation into the school's animal experimentation procedures and to immediately fuck it all up and stop it.
Yeah.
Which is shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
And, dude, apparently they're finding staff members found responsible for deaths and abuse of animals. Now, what animals do you think they're killing in there?
Dogs.
You think it's specifically just dogs?
I don't know about these days, but I'm telling you, back if you could probably, if you really wanted to find it, you could probably find when they were actually testing on dogs back in the day, because I specifically remember that being the thing.
Now, don't you think this is like kind of like, like, isn't this what they have to fucking do though? Like, I mean, how bad is it? I guess we'll have to get into it a little bit more.
I think,
but I'm not agreeing with it. But like,
first of all,
people test on animals all the time.
Okay, yeah, sure, but that being said, if you're going to be doing this stuff, you want to be on the forefront of a story like this, and you want to be able to explain yourself before a story like this comes out. So if you are doing animal testing, you have to at least explain to people what kind of measures are being taken, and that needs to be made very publicly available. I mean, this could be just a hit piece. I'm not sure. Because if we could probably go on Augusta University and maybe find out what they're doing.
Funny you say that, Cody. We actually have the policy of their animal use right here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can go to the Augusta University's policy and read it, but I'll give you the gist of it. Basically, it's saying Augusta University insists on the humane treatment of animals in our care. They do not tolerate abuse or neglect of animals. Sorry, I almost called you the N-word again. And will continue to adhere to the highest ethical, legal, and scientific standards. So, I mean, like, why is this committee coming in?
Augusta University's Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee ensures compliance with the Animal Welfare Act and other state and federal regulations governing the use of animal research. So the animal, what was it? The animal what? The Animal Welfare Act, that's probably where you would really want to look at it.
They're probably breaking the law in that sense, then, I would imagine. I mean, if they have to reference it so to the T like that, I would imagine they're breaking in some kind of way.
Look, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, and I definitely don't want a libel lawsuit. Absolutely. I would just say, there is a documentary called Dominion. It's produced by, some pretty Dominion is a documentary. It's narrated by Joaquin Phoenix and like some celebrities, but they basically there's drones that go in and observe facilities where a whole lot of animals have been kept and stuff like that. So these drones, these hidden cameras, and all this stuff is like, you know, this is the footage that you're watching, and you see people go in there and just like kick the shit out of these animals.
That's probably what they do at AU.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna. Okay,
look,
in Minecraft, but, like you don't want to.
But so the SAEN released several documents with AU letterheads that said that. Okay, well, the AU didn't verify whether the documents are true.
We would have to see their proof, you know, like.
But they're saying dog experiments, so you're right.
Yeah, I told you it's dog experiment. I told you it's dogs. Yeah, it literally said. Hold on, go back up. It literally says more. This is a hyperlink. It says animal protection supporters protest schools dog experiments. That was like what people were concerned about. So I mean, is it just a dog thing? Are people just concerned about the dogs?
I think that would be their main thing.
If it was rats, would give a shit.
Clearly they're doing things with other animals, but it might. I don't know. I don't know what you consider ethical during that process of like what can accidentally die and what can't.
Right.
You know, I don't know shit about that.
At this point,
I'm not going to pretend to be an expert.
You really have to take like a big ass cost benefit analysis on like on how this stuff is run. Because you know, I think that animal testing.
Holy shit! They did a mouse. They did a mouse.
You know, this is like the train thing where you're like some dude's on the switch or whatever, and you got like 5 people like on the track, and you got like one dude on the other side.
Holy shit!
Which one do you pull? I mean, it's kind of where that goes. But go ahead with the article.
Okay. You know, I might have to just leave you guys to read this article. Let me give you a couple quotes from the SAN, who, oh man, who was working on some mice. So I'll read this one. It says, not only was the mouse beaten
into the tabletop.
This is Brooks. Right, hold on.
Yeah, read this.
This is AU President Brooks Keel, and this is basically what they're saying. Not only was that mouse beaten into the tabletop, but there is no insurance that this animal was unconscious when the neck was broken. Holy shit. Actually, that's Michael A. Budke, by the way.
Seems like there's probably easier way to euthanize an animal.
And wait, there's another quote. Mentioned the documented August 30th, 2019 mentioned 8 mice in 2 cages with no water in the water bottles. 1 cage had 2 dead animals. Wow. Holy shit, it goes on. He's got like a whole he's got a whole journal.
Remember that word that you almost called me? Negligence?
Yes.
Yeah, this is absolutely
exactly in a word. Yes.
This is sort of why man, dude, this
Holy
is the thing
shit. This is crazy.
This is the kind of stuff that makes me mad so much. It's like you need people that have like certain ethical integrity to be able to go into places like this and be like, hey, we can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do this, and like keep it like legit. Like like people have figured out that like you can't just go in and like I said, like the Dominion documentary, like our meat industry, like where people like, look, I eat meat, but like I don't want to see the pigs that I'm eating like have to like get tortured before I eat them. You know, it's like insanity.
Dude, this article gets insane. I might just link this off because we could stay on this the whole time.
Yeah, we really.
But I'm gonna do a couple more references. One thing I want to say is that we mentioned the Animal Welfare Act. So the group, the SAEN, they put a lot of complaints to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is where the Animal Welfare Act springs off of.
Right.
And that was a while ago. So it says the last time they conducted an inspection was
critical infractions
last August 24th. So I'm gonna assume that's 2020. The article doesn't really make it clear, but I'm gonna assume that's 2020.
Yeah. Even if you're listening to this, just read this article. This is a
holy
great,
shit.
Great
holy
great
shit. I'm gonna that's gonna be.
Can we get?
Can we? We'll shout out the journalist here.
Joe
Hotchkiss.
Yeah, Joe Hotchkiss. Shout out to you, bro.
Dude, that's a fucking great read. Holy shit. Yeah. Holy shit. Now we're gonna get ignorant.
All right, let's get ignorant.
Yeah. Hold on. Where should we start here?
Oh, I don't even know, dude.
Okay, let's start with this one.
Okay.
Let's start with this, and then we'll get to the
I think this
the
is
horrible shit. Okay. So I don't know shit about this. Apparently, a trans woman was discriminated against at an airport after the scanners flagged her body parts as an anomaly.
Okay.
All right, let's hear what she has to say.
Let's hear it.
Can we talk about how horrible it is to travel while being transgender sometimes? I always have immense anxiety. Can we talk about how horrible it is to travel while being transgender sometimes? I always have immense anxiety leading up to going through security. And this being said, I totally recognize the privilege of having all of my documents correct.
Did you smash?
Can we just continue?
So the gender marker on my license, for example, says female. But going through the scanner, there's a male scanner and a female scanner in the TSA checkpoint. And looking at me, you know, I look like a woman, and I am a woman, so that's great. I love having cis-assuming privilege when I feel unsafe, such as in an airport. But going through the scanner, I always have an anomaly between my legs that sets off the alarm. And so she asked me if I had anything in my pants, and I told her no. And she's like, well, maybe it's just like the metal on your shorts, so let's scan you again. So I did, and then it set it off again, and I was like, look, I'm trans, just pat me down. And her solution was, do you want to be scanned as a man instead? I didn't, but I ended up doing it, and then my boobs set off the scanner because of course. So I tried to make a joke of it. I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of plastic in there, it's fine. So then she was like, okay, well, we have to pat you down. And she was like, do you want a man to do it? I said, no, absolutely not.
Wow, holy shit.
Obviously, we feel for this woman. I mean,
that's...
This trans woman and woman. I mean, it's just like,
Wait, so what was the anomaly? The dick?
I think they fucking body scanned her dick.
I think that's what I was like. I was a little confused by that. I was like,
they were like obviously the TSA agent like wanted to smash, and then he was like, but there's a penis. I
thought it was a woman.
I can't download this to my computer and like bang this X-ray.
I thought the security person was. Oh wait, no, the dude was asking, like, do you want it to be a woman? And then she was like, yeah, duh,
right.
Bitch,
right,
duh.
I mean.
Wait, how's a dick an anomaly? Is it? Oh, it's because it's attached. Am I right? Am I wrong?
What do you mean?
Was she
trans
born
woman
with?
Is
Was she born
with a dick? Yes.
I don't think that's always the case, though.
No,
there are trans women who say that they don't have a dick and then they get a dick.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Right? Oh wait, that's a trans man.
That's a trans man.
Oh my god.
Some people. That's
a lot of people. My bad.
You know, I will say a lot of people actually don't know this, but there is a such thing as hermaphrodites. Who have a mixture of both. A lot of people do not. Do not know.
I literally told someone that. I don't remember. This was like a month ago, maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't fucking remember. It's just a conversation I remember.
People do not understand that.
And I was
gender really is like such a blend.
I was trying to explain what a hermaphrodite was, because as far as I remember it, like it's like fucking little kid with Google. Searching hermaphrodite for the first time.
Oh, wow, damn, dude, you're ahead of me.
Yeah, I knew this shit in like middle school. Like I knew what a fucking hermaphrodite was in like middle school. And I tried to tell them that, and they were like, I thought they have, they might have both parts, and they were like, no, that's not what that means. That's trans. And I was like, that's not what that means.
I mean,
right?
Hermaphrodites have a genitalia that it does look slightly different than somebody with just like a direct penis or a direct vagina. But like I said, it is all like a.
And honestly, I don't
scale.
care. I don't care. Do you? Be you.
Gender and sexual genitalia. It is all like a sliding scale, and like I understand how it's hard for people to comprehend that, because if you just have a dick or a vagina, it's not going to make sense for you to understand that there are people out there who exist in the middle of these things. But it is like a medical, like, this is like medical stuff. I mean, and trans women at the end of the day,
that's what. Okay, look,
shit,
that's what I was confused about. But couldn't a man become a woman and then still attach a dick to themselves? Yeah. What if a man became a woman?
I've never heard of anybody.
But then they'll become a woman again.
You talking about like detransitioning?
I don't fucking know. It's just a thought.
There's actually a little bit of decourse.
I don't know.
There's a good book out right now. I think it's by.
You don't think someone would do that?
I think there's a book out right now by Princeton University Press has a good book out right now called Detransition Baby, which I think
is what you're doing right now. Congratulations, by the way,
into,
Cody.
Like detransitioning.
Congratulations, buddy.
And how fucking stupid it is.
I'm so happy for you.
I go by they, by the way. You've been calling me he this entire time.
Yeah. So what? I'll call you. Fuck you.
It's all right.
I'm just joking. I respect.
I'm not the kind of weirdo.
I'll respect. Like, hey, I'll respect they. I love they. They is my friend. They is my friend. They is wearing a black.
We don't have to. This
is wearing.
Has gone on for too long.
They is wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt. Even though they is racist.
I am wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah, that bit did go on too
I do
long.
go by they for the podcast listeners out there, but I don't care if I get misgender, because who the fuck gives a shit?
What gender is dog? What about dog? Don't people assume that's like
all
a male
dogs
thing?
are robots anyways.
People assume that's a male
Nobody
thing.
cares.
Anyways, shout out to this trans woman. I'll give you her. I'll find her IG to send it to you later, so you can slide into her DMs, young Kushy.
I might.
Yeah, I think you should. So Cody,
sounds like somebody wants some clout. So.
You do.
Yeah.
You want to talk to this?
Do you not want clout?
You want to talk to this trans woman, don't you?
I would.
You didn't answer my question.
We should have interviewed her.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
You wouldn't smash. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. So this is gonna be pretty wild. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yes, this was my story.
This is it. Let's run it.
This is the one that I picked.
Let's run it. Teen girls charged with murder, carjacking of Uber Eats driver in Washington, D.C. Oh, look at the scene. Look at the scene.
Oh, my Lord.
Holy shit. Dude, the fucking, what is that? The side railing is or a chair out of the ground?
Somebody died in this.
Okay, let's get to it. This is our first.
Somebody else died in this.
This is our first death story. So take it.
All right, yeah. Let's read the
Take
story.
it seriously.
Yeah, let's. All right.
Wow, really?
We're not gonna take the trans story seriously. We're gonna take. All right, I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay. What?
I'm just teasing you. Let's go.
I know. Okay. All right. You get it. Okay. So two teenage girls fucking hijacked the motherfucker an Uber Eats driver, and they. Oh my god, this is great. They killed a 66-year-old man.
Two teenage girls have been charged in the carjacking death of an Uber Eats driver.
I literally just said that, Cody. Okay. So we had a GoFundMe to set up by his family, and the girls 13 and 15 assaulted this man. I'm not gonna name drop him.
Did they steal the car?
So they hijacked him with a taser.
What?
Which led to an accident.
Dude, this is some Slender Man shit.
Dude, oh my god. So he was already oh my god. So
this is like Slender Man.
Which led to an accident in which he was fatally injured. The girls are charged with felony murder and armed carjacking. So this was while he was driving, while he was on the fucking job.
Dude, they fucking tased this dude.
Yeah, while he was fucking driving, man.
What do you like? I need to like this story is so short. It sucks because I need to know more about like the psychology.
Well, hey, guess what, Cody? Guess what? We can watch the video.
Yeah,
here we go.
Go upstairs. They're teams.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
This is my car.
Oh, this is sad, man. This is sad.
One reason why you should be terrified of teenagers.
And getting in a fucking Uber. Or being an Uber.
Stop it!
Oh my god, dude.
Shit.
So this
is like literally GTA shit.
So the perspective we saw was, oh my god, holy shit!
Fuck, dude, I didn't know. I hadn't seen this video.
Oh my god, dude,
you gotta fucking cut this in.
All right, I might cut this in. It is. I might cut this.
It's recalled.
Holy shit, bro. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to watch this part too.
It's recalled. They stole the car.
Oh my god, the car is on its side.
Somebody died.
Holy shit. I think his name was Alar.
What are they like?
We'll read the name again.
Were they sober?
That's it.
Or were they on drugs?
They were 13 and 15.
Yeah, like.
Oh my god!
Okay, well.
Is that his body? We can't show that.
We can't show this.
Holy shit! Oh! Yeah, we'll cut it before the
what happened.
Oh, dude, he must have flew out the fucking car.
Yeah, hey, back up.
What the fuck, dude?
So let's go back to what. Okay, well, that's basically all they're saying is that they were charged with felony murder and armed carjacking.
Felony murder, man, that's pretty big, dude. And freaking literally Grand Theft Auto, dude.
Well, yeah, so it is. So he was an Uber Eats driver.
Man, that
they just fucking carjacked him, so they weren't actually driving.
Dude, that is so sad.
They just jacked the guy. Holy, that video was crazy.
This is the thing that makes me want to know, like, what was like going on in those teenagers' heads. Like, why, like, were I don't.
They were like, go back to your own country.
I'm gonna go ahead and say they probably weren't on drugs. But they were at least on some.
And they had a taser with them.
They were on some kind of shit.
I mean, honestly,
was it a home, like something was going on at the house or something like that?
Honestly, I would say there is a chance that they were on drugs because I mean, what does this say? They were in the south section of DC.
I mean, do you know about the southeast section of DC?
Of the older fort from Washington, Maryland. I don't know. I don't know shit about that. Actually,
dude, DC's cool.
Actually, because they're from here. Actually, no, I don't know shit about where they're from, but it says.
I mean, DC's cool. I wouldn't put it up to a DC thing, but like.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is just fucking sad.
I think it's either a home thing going on or drugs. Like it's either like they just got misinformed.
I just burped, sorry.
Like they have to have been like pressured into this.
Yeah, dude.
And so
Muhammad
like
Anwar.
what pushed them to decide to do that?
I mean, honestly, like the other shit with sometimes it's just fucking pure ignorance, man. Like some people just don't give a fuck, dude. Like they'll just ruin any situation.
Okay, I disagree. I disagree.
They're two teenage girls too. They don't fucking know shit. I think that everything they're gonna push it to the limit. They don't know it could lead to death.
There's no
so
every cause has like a react or whatever, what people say. I think that like something led up to this event, and I would really, really love to know what that is. If this story, becomes more clear, more details come out, we'd love to hear that.
We're very low on details right now. We just know that
a
guy was getting carjacked, and
I told you this
he got tased, and then he fucking. I guess when he was getting tased, like his foot must have like hit the gas.
Like getting tased can give people like heart attacks.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. But he was still in the driver's seat. And then he must have like hit the fucking gas.
It looked like he literally
while
flew
getting
out the
tased.
car. He literally flies out the car, probably hits the building, and then just like dies because of these idiotic teens. What is our world coming to? Let's figure out more about our world, Jaquan. Let's figure out more.
Honestly,
about our world.
Cody, you're right, and I hope everyone learns a little bit more from that because holy shit, that was crazy. I wish we didn't watch that.
That's probably the most intense thing that's been on the podcast.
That's what I'm saying. That's the first death on the podcast.
I feel a little bit more traumatized.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I think we should end it there. I think that's good. I think. I want to thank. We're gonna do Cody.
We've gone on long enough. We could go all day.
We could keep going.
We got footage for days. That's why you got to listen into next week.
But I want to give a shout out to Young Kushy for joining me once again on Disgusta Radio.
Hey boys,
you want to plug anything?
Hey boys, you can follow me on Instagram at WWREXA.
Is that true?
You can follow me on Instagram at WWREXA.
Wait, did you change your name or?
I changed my name to Rexa because because I've been producing music for so long. I wanted to have like a more professional artist profile.
Oh, here we go. The whole fucking
the
whole
Rexa.
9 yards with this guy.
It's Rexa.
The whole
Rexa with
yards.
2 W's in front. WWREXA.
Why didn't you tell me you changed your IG?
If you really want to talk to me,
oh god,
add me at Cody Bohler on Facebook. That's the easiest place to find anybody on Facebook. Cody Bohler on Facebook. Add me, and we could talk some deep true crime stuff. Let's go.
Yeah, if you want to do that with Tim, and also you can follow me at Quan The Destructor on IG. disgustaradio@gmail.com if you want to email me and just fucking bullshit. That's my side email now. Okay. So yeah, if you just want to email me and bullshit me,
just email bullshit.
Yeah, man. Fucking people don't email enough.
I know. I totally agree.
Send your boy a fucking email.
You subscribe to any Substacks?
I'm not actually.
Substack is like an email newsletter. So it's like
never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a Substack is like a journalist like decides to go instead of writing for a publication every time, he just writes like a little newsletter that they send out.
All right, it's pretty tight. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Casey Newton, shout out.
And also, just if you guys don't know what the fuck is going on with Disgusta Radio with Quan The Destructor, go check out the fucking YouTube page. Just go see the discography of the past things that we've done.
Yeah. See everything embarrassing I've ever every embarrassing moment of my entire life on one page.
If you want to see every embarrassing thing Young Kushy's ever done, not only scroll my IG, but also go check the old YouTube videos because those are fun. Those are fun. Yeah, they're all on Quan The Destructor.
Oh, you changed it?
I just moved them over. I just made a playlist.
Okay.
I'm not gonna delete the page. I figure I might as well leave it there for like a fucking statue.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like just fucking leave the shit there.
Right. Not a racist statue.
Yeah. Like Thomas Jefferson. Okay. Yeah. That's the first racist I could think of. Now tune in next week where we're gonna fucking list.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Tune in next week where we go down the rabbit hole of the most racist people in American history.
History.